Good morning, students. In high voltage measurement, we already study peak reading meter for impulse voltage measurement. Now let's see some other few methods for measuring high IC voltage. There are few methods: electrostatic, potential divider, potential transformer, or we can also say voltage transformer, electrostatic, and sphere gap. Now for impulse voltage measurement, there will be methods like voltage dividers, peak voltmeters, and sphere gaps. Further in voltage divider, there is a three method: resistance with CRO, capacitance and current voltage transformers, and third one is RC. For RMS value measurements, methods used are electrostatic voltmeter and potential divider. And for peak value measurements, method used are peak meter and sphere gap. So we also have to remember this different methods which is used for different types of voltage measurements. Now let's start with the first, potential dividers for impulse voltage. So the voltage divider for AC and DC or impulse may consist of resistance, capacitor or combinations. Inductors are not used as pure inductor without stray capacitor cannot build. Can form oscillatory circuit with inherent capacitance for the test object and may lead inaccuracy in measurement and high voltage in the measuring circuit. So for measurement of high voltage, a potential divider is necessary for tapping a sample of the impulse voltage just sufficient to produce a suitable deflection on the CRO plates. So the potential divider is represented by two impedances Z1 and Z2. So for connected in series and the sample voltage required for the measurement is taken from the across Z2 impedance. So V1 is voltage to be measured and V2 is a sample voltage. So we can derive our voltage V2 with using potential divider rule, Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2 into V1. If the impedance are pure resistance, then the equation will be R2 divided by R1 plus R2, and for a pure capacitance it will be C2 divided by C1 plus C2. Here V2 is in a few hundred volts where V1 is in megavolts. Z1 should have high value with a high length and Z2 should have small value. So the large length of Z1 results in accurate measurements because of stray capacitance associated with long length to especially with impulse voltage. Therefore, precaution should be taken on low voltage side of the potential divider. A screen cable of finite length is required for correction of the oscillograph. Other error and distortions of wave shape can also occur. So let's see first resistance potential divider, or we can also say high ohmic resistance voltage. Here we have a circuit comprises of high voltage resistance R1 and R2. We have three different circuits. One is this R1 and R2. With R3, R4. So a delay cable of surge impedance Z and deflecting plates of the CRO, extra resistance may be connected either in series with the delay cable or across the deflecting plates. The resistance are important from impedance matching viewpoint to obtain given wave shape. So we can say here V1 by V2 equal to R1 by R2. Now for the pure resistance potential divider, the advantages of this type of potential dividers are they are simplicity of connection, less space is required, less weight, easy portability, and can be placed near the test objects. But they can also have demerits like output of voltage divider in distort for high frequency, require a careful electrostatic shielding to minimize stray capacitance effect, resistance value cause power loss. So now let's see The other is capacitance potential divider rule. Now, our capacitance potential dividers are ideal for measurements, fast rising voltage and pulses. Capacitance resistance is independent of frequency if their leakage resistance is high enough to be neglected. Usually, dividers are connected to the source voltage to rough long leads which introduce lead inductance and residual resistances. The low voltage capacitor C2 should be non-inductive. The coupling between high and low voltage arms of the divider be purely capacitive. Hence, a low voltage arm should contain one capacitor only. Two or more capacitors in parallel must be avoided because of the appreciable inductance that would be introduced. A low resistance in parallel to C2 would load the low voltage arm of the divider too heavily and decrease the output voltage with time. Since 1 and 2 from the potential divider and R equal to Z, the voltage input to the cable will be half of the voltage across the capacitor C2. This half voltage towards the open end of the cable at CRO end and gets double after reflection. This is voltage recorded by the CRO is equal to the voltage across the capacitor C2. The reflected wave charges the cable to its final voltage magnitude and is observed by resistor R. So the reflection takes place at R, and since R equal to small z, the wave is completely absorbed as coefficient as voltage reflection is 0. So, as the capacitor C2 acts as a short circuit for a high frequency waves, the transformation ratio will be changes from V1 by V2 equal to C1 plus C2 divided by C1 of high frequency to C1 plus C2 plus CD divided by C1. At low frequency, CD is comparable. So, an additional damping capacitor is usually connected in the lead on the high voltage side as shown in figure. The performance of the divider can be improved. The damped capacitor divider acts for high frequency as a resistor divider and for low frequency as a capacitive divider. It can be used over a wide range of frequency. The merits of capacitance potential divider are simple method, compensated damping, stray inductance and capacitance connected by C4 and R4. C1 have high valve high length, high inductance and conform oscillatory circuit to test capacitance, and hence to damp oscillation resistors are connected in series. C2 should be single. If parallel combinations are used, then produce error due to mutual inductance will be V1 equal to C1 plus C2 divided by C1 into V2. So it is simple in construction, free from heating effects and comparatively free from effect of stray magnetic, and can be easily shunted. The demerits of this type is they are very high cost, not suitable for measurement with test object of very low capacitance, and error due to resistance of capacitance. So here are some mixed potential divider circuits which uses all three: resistance, capacitance and inductance also. RC elements are connected in series or in parallel. One method is to connect capacitance in parallel with each R elements and is successfully employed for voltage divider of rating 2 megavolts and above. Better construction is to use RC series element connection as shown in the figure and are made for 5 megavolts with response time less than 30 nanoseconds. The low voltage arm R2 is given L peaking by connecting a variable inductance L in the series with R2, and for correctly design the voltage divider L peaking will not be necessary. So the advantages of this type mixed potential divider are less number of capacitors are required, cost will be also less, but the disadvantage will be there will be a power loss of I square R, leakage current and inductance effect for our mixed potential divider. So in this lecture we studied about potential divider method for measuring our impulse voltage.